This, my friends, is a Bored Ape club clone. And today we're going to build it using Next.js, using Tailwind CSS, and using ThirdWeb. We're going to use Next.js to build this epic looking minting site, right? As you can see, what you can do, you can connect your wallet. So let's just say I'm going to disconnect my wallet right now. I'm going to disconnect my wallet right here. Awesome. From there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect my wallet just like that. Click next. Beautiful. From there, I can actually mint an NFT. As you can see, I already minted 3 NFTs, right? I'm going to go ahead and mint. Give it some time. There we go. It's going to open up my dialog box. I will click confirm. Okay, good. Let's see. Welcome, everybody. I think you guys can see it now. Good, awesome. As you can see, now we can view on OpenSea right here. Click view OpenSea. There we go, and we can actually see our NFT. Now, yes, this is a content not available because this is on a test network, but your content will be able to, you can actually see your content there. So, welcome everybody. What's up, Elijah? What's up? Good to see you guys. What's up? I know you guys have waited for this for a long time. Yes, I know. What's up? Good to see you, my friends. So what technology we're going to be using, guys, today is, we're going to be using technologies like the following. We're going to be using Next.js. We're going to be using Tailwind CSS. That's right, Tailwind CSS. And we're going to be using ThirdWeb, right, for our contract, basically. And there we go. That's pretty much it. If you look at the actual Bored Ape Yacht Club, you can see it looks pretty damn cool, actually. It looks pretty damn sick. So, before we get started, as you guys know, you know the drill. Go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos like this. This will really help me out, guys. Other than that, share the video, and of course, comment if you have any questions, alright? Let's get into it. Ready, guys? Let's go. Alrighty, my friends. Okay, so how do we get started, with this? And before we get started, guys, if you want to get more serious with actually building NFTs, with becoming a blockchain developer, go ahead and text me at the number that you see on the bottom left corner, and we can actually get you started with that, okay? What's up, Skew? Good to see you, my friends. Awesome. All right, so moving forward, let's go ahead, and the first thing we need to do, of course, is we need to go ahead and build our minting site and figure out how we're going to build this minting site, correct? Because this is the actual Bored Ape Yacht Club, as you can see. It's a pretty popular NFT with like 200 ETH minimum price tag, which is pretty high, honestly. All we're gonna do is basically recreate this whole thing to make it look just like that. Like you can see, it's even mobile friendly. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. The one thing you need for this is Next.js. Okay, that's the only thing you need for this, guys. Okay, so let's go and get started, guys. What I want you to do right away is go ahead and open up your folder somewhere. And we're gonna open up a terminal to start up our project. Make sense? So I have my folder right here. I have my projects. I have my blockchain stuff, and I'm gonna inside here. I'm gonna open up a new terminal. Just like that. All right. And inside there, let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys so you guys can see it better. Zoom in. Beautiful. I'm going to put up some song on there. I'm going to go to CD projects because I have projects on here. There we go. I'm going to CD a blockchain because that's what I have. And then I'm going to create a user to build 10K PFP. Yes, you can actually use ThirdWeb to build this kind of stuff. Yes, that is correct. Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and set up our Next.js project, guys. Okay. So let's type in npx create-next-app, okay, at latest, because if you do not have Next.js, you want to install Next.js, of course. Let me go ahead and just make that better right there. Create next app latest, okay. Zoom in for you guys so you can see the text better. Boom, yes. All right, and let's call our project Bored Ape -clone. Boom. Okay. Nice. Let it run. Let it install. If you do not have Next.js, it will actually prompt you to install Next.js. All you gotta do is just hit yes, and then you will be all good, my friend. Okay. And that's it. You can see it installed Next.js. That's all we gotta do now, right? Moving forward, let's go and open up VSCode. What's up? How are you doing? Good to see you guys. Hi. All right. Awesome. So let's go ahead and open up our VSCode. Moving forward, VSCode. I will do file new window in here. So make sure you open up your VS Code in a new window. Okay. And let's go into File, Open. Okay. And open it up in, let's go to Projects. Where did I go to? I think I selected Blockchain, and I think I did Bored Ape code. There we go. And just so you know, guys, very, very important, guys, this is for educational purposes only. You should never, ever just try to clone a project fully and try to mimic yourself, you know, as another project. It's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to learn, guys. Okay? Beautiful. All right. You watch your stream by YouTube Live. All right. Awesome, my friend. That's good. That's good. All right, so once you've got your project, once you've got your Next.js folder opened up in VS Code, all right, what you want to do is, let's go ahead and now open up your, let me see here, go to Pages right here, go to Pages, and you'll see a few pages. You have the index.js, which is actually your Next.js page, okay? And you have the app.js is where your component page is, okay? And all you gotta do is just right click, open an integrate terminal, so you can actually open this in a terminal. All right. Then you want to do npm run, I think start, or npm run div, I think. Hold on. Npm run div. There we go. All right. It will set up everything for you. It will set up your project and will run it for you. Now, this is gonna run on localhost 3001 for me. I will just copy this URL, whatever URL you got right here, guys. Okay. By the way, guys, I'm really curious if you're currently watching me. Where are you guys coming from? I want to know which place you're coming from. USA. What country are you from, guys? I'm really curious. Okay. So this is our Next.js starter project. As you can see, very, very, very simple, guys. All right. And we don't need most of this stuff. We don't really need, honestly. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove most of this stuff. So you want to go to Next.js stuff right here. So you want to go to your index.js inside Pages, okay? And I'm going to remove this, okay? Remove the footer, remove this thing. Just keep the head stuff in there. You see this header? This head right here? Make sure you keep that there, okay? Make sure you get it. And then let's go ahead and rename this to Bored Ape. Bored Ape clone. Boom, right there. Awesome. See? And that's it, okay? Just go ahead and do that. Yo, Farouk from India. Awesome. All right. Once you've done that, as you can see, guys, what this actually is this head tag in Next.js is actually your header in your basically in your website. That's the crazy part. I know it doesn't seem right. Like usually you see the header in HTML, but here it's actually that's where it is. All right. Moving forward, what we want to do is let's go ahead and remove some more things. So we can see we got the hello.js. Don't really need that as well, but for now we can keep it. Okay, let's go ahead now at this point and actually set up and figure out the structure of our minting site. How it's gonna look like. We got Leonardo from Portugal. Amazing, amazing. Let's set up our minting site. Let's figure out how is it actually going to look like from the get-go. Okay, well, if you look at Bored Ape clone, right? Let's think about how is it actually structured. Okay, if you look at the Bored Ape clone. Well, you can see here, number one, we've got this big container. So I like to be very visual here. We've got this big container right here, right? Then I see everything in someone said Georgia, Slavokini. Thank you, my friend. So then we've got the header section, which I like to say it's like this, and I see everything in rows and columns, guys. So it's very, very, very important. Everything is in rows and columns here. Okay. Then we've got. I will call this the main section maybe. And then I'm going to call this the footer section right here. See, so the footer section. Okay. Then the side here, I'm going to do a few different things. I'm going to have this as like a video section right here. And then this will be a separate, almost like a minting section that we're going to set it up later on. Now you might be wondering, how the hell is this over top this video? We'll figure it out, guys. What's up, Fogo? Good to see you. I'm going to figure it out in a little bit here. Crashing it nice. Yo, Frankie! Frankie, you always come on here. I love it, brother. All right, so moving forward, okay, let's go ahead and install Tailwind CSS. So type in Tailwind CSS, Tailwind styled components, because we're going to use styled components and Tailwind, like this. All right. Thank you, Ferg. Appreciate my friend. All right, and then inside here, you can see there's a few ways to install Tailwind CSS components. Go and copy this portion right here. Go back to your terminal, hit this plus icon you guys can see to open up a new terminal window. All right, and just go ahead and do npm install Tailwind style components right there. Okay. All right, let it install, let it wait. Good. Okay, we installed the Tailwind components part. That's the first thing we need to do. Next thing we need to do is we need to import Tailwind components into our application as well. All right, so all you gotta do is to do that is go ahead inside your index.js, type in import tw from Tailwind style components. Those of you who don't know what Tailwind style components are, it's basically like it's a library that allows us to really create a CSS much easier. That's the whole goal here. Okay, if you look at tailwindcss.com, if you go to Tailwind CSS right here, boom, Tailwind CSS, as you guys can see, if you just search up, for example, like, you know, padding, right? If you go to padding, it will actually tell you how to set the padding in your style sheet, right? Hey, what's up? Good to see you, Robin. Good to see you, Frankie. I love you guys. All right, so let's go back into coding here. All right, moving forward, let's set up a few different things. So we've got the header tag. Okay, now we need to set up a component for our, I guess, the header, the actual header. Okay, the actual header, which will be right underneath this head. So let's go type this in, header. Okay, and of course they don't exist just yet. And as you remember, we've had the header, then we had the main, which is right underneath main. Okay, and then right underneath that we had what? We had what? Let's go ahead and look at this again. We had what? This was the footer. That's right. So all I'm doing right now is that I'm just literally setting up the structure of this application. That's all I'm doing, guys. Now I'm gonna comment these out because of course I don't need these just yet. The only thing I need is the header portion. Okay, only thing I need is the header portion. All right. Okay. So next what I want to do is to create the header component. We need to create a components folder, and it's very, very important, guys. You see how you have the pages folder. Then what's up, Ranjani? Good to see you. You have the pages folder. We've got the the public folder. So let's go ahead and do new folder and call it components. And make sure it's in the root directory, guys, right? I cannot stress this enough, how important this is, okay? This should be in the root directory. What's up, Faizan? Good to see you, right? So in the root directory, we have components, and we want to create a new file called header.js. Boom. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is create the header component. Now, how do we do that? Very simple. We're going to say RAFCE, and this is if you have something called React snippets. To get that, all you got to go is go into your extensions and go into React snippets. Boom. ES7 React snippets. Install that, get it ready for you, and then use it, okay? It's probably the best extension you'll probably use in general, okay? Then from there, and that's it. We have ourselves, you do not need this import React. And we have ourselves a header component. Okay. Now let's go ahead and import that component into our index.js. To import it, all you gotta do is say import in your index.js. Say import. Okay. And we're gonna type in header. Boom, from components header. As you guys can see, very, very simple here. Hey, and you can see now we see the header section of everything, right? The header section of everything. I got it, Faizan. You got it. I've called you out, my friend. Okay, you gotta stop if you keep calling me out. Awesome. What is the difference between components and pages? Good question. So basically, guys, pages is what allows us to. For example, let's say you have different pages. You have the about page, you have the home page. If you actually have different pages that you go to, right? Just like, for example, you go to OpenSea, this is the page for the actual NFT. If you go back, this is the page for the collection, right? So it's different pages, right? And then from there, Faizan, I'm gonna have to remove you, my friend. You're spamming us way too much. Sorry. You're on timeout, brother. You're on timeout. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, so these are the pages versus components are just simply sections, right? So, for example, inside here, if you think about components, this is a component, right? This is a component. This is a component. All these are just separate components that we would implement into our application, right? And they're all separate. Versus pages is the whole thing. So that's what I want to think about in terms of pages versus components. Hopefully that makes sense, okay? From there, we've got our header section. And if you actually look at our app, which was what? This one? Wait, no, this one. This is our header, as you can see. Let's go ahead and now create the main, right? So same thing. Let's go ahead and go to components, create new file, and call it main.js, like so. Boom. Let me go ahead and remove this. I don't need this anymore, right? Inside here, same thing. I'm gonna say RAFCE, right? And that's literally using the ES7 code snippets. And then I'm gonna say hit enter, and then that's pretty much it, guys. Okay. Boom. Boom. Awesome. So now we have our main component, and we want to import our main component into our index.js. Same thing. We're going to say what? Import main, right? From components/main. That's it, guys, right? Okay, save that. And now, there we go. And let me go and comment out the main section because I don't need that. Like this. Main. Good. Save it. And now we have the header, the main. The last one is we're gonna create. What's up? Good to see you guys. I'm doing amazing, thank you. And then of course after that I'm gonna say footer, and we're gonna create the last component, the footer component. Okay, so let's go and do that right now. So new file called footer.js, and inside here same thing, RAFCE. Boom, for the footer. Awesome. That's going to be our footer. And we need to import our footer inside here. Import footer. Boom. And that's it. Footer. Okay. Now we got the header. We've got the main. And we've got the footer, guys. What do you guys think is next? What should we do? What should we do? Well, next thing is going to be Tailwind CSS components. But it's a little bit different now. Okay. Because we cannot just use the Tailwind without importing Tailwind. So if you look at Tailwind style components, if you look at it here, it will actually tell you that you need to install Tailwind right here. So if I go to install Tailwind CSS, all I have to do, and I will paste in and I will comment at the actual thing so you guys can see it. Here's the actual link, right? If you just go to that link, if you go to play CDN, right? You see this CDN? All you need is this CDN link, this HTTPS CDN Tailwind CSS. That's the only thing you need here. Got it? That's it. So let's go ahead and copy this CDN link. Copy this. All right. And then all you got to do is import something called a Next.js script. That's right. We can import a script using something called Next.js script. So I'm going to say import script right here from Next script. You see? I'm going to set it up right underneath under header. I'm going to say script. Boom. Beautiful. I'm going to give it a script, an ID is equal to Tailwind. Okay. And then from there, I will set up the source. So the source is equal to that link that we just copied, right? And that's it, my friends. Boom. That's it, right? So we have import Tailwind CSS components. We've installed it. And then we have actually added it as our, CDN. Because, like it or not, you still need to install Tailwind CSS in general to be able to use it. Got it? Cool. Awesome. All right. Moving forward, everybody, okay? Now, at this point, let's go and test out and create our first container using Tailwind CSS components, all right? So what I'm going to do, instead of having this div class name, we're going to use this and call this a container. So let's do this and say container, okay? And inside this ending div, we'll say container as well. Boom, right there, see? Container. And of course, it'll give you an error right now. Container is not defined, but that's completely okay, right? That is good, right? That's what it's supposed to be. What you want to do now at this point is create a Tailwind component using Tailwind CSS pretty much. So we're going to say this, const container, is equal to TW. We're going to using this Tailwind style of components section dot div. Boom, boom. There we go. Save that, and that's it. Right now, if you go back to your Bored Ape clone, there it is. Right, header, main, footer, just the way it's supposed to be. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be. All we want to do from this point is now we want to add the right CSS. So the first things first we need to do is we need to kind of make this container be full screen. Because if you look at it right now, if you look at, for example, if I set the background, if I say BG-black, right? If you look at our actual thing, you see this is our container, right? And that's literally, that's all it is. It's just like a black bar. And that's not good for us. You want the whole thing, the full screen, to be black. Right? And how do we do that? Well, if you look at Tailwind CSS, if you search up width, for example, okay, you will see there's something called the width screen, which is a width of 100 VW. You see this right here? Boom, 100 VW right there. And what that allows us to do, that allows us to set the width to the full screen, guys. The full screen, right? Oh, there you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say here width, oops, W dash screen, and this thing's gonna go with the H dash screen. Okay, save that, and boom, right there we go. We've got ourselves the actual the background is black. I mean, it's not really really interesting, but it is a background. Okay, next things first, we want to be able to set the color to be white. So we can say text to white, and that will actually make the color of the text be white. That's right. As you can see now, we have the header, the main footer. And again, what I'm doing is literally I'm going to Tailwind CSS. So if you go, for example, to like Tailwind CSS docs, and I will put that in for you guys. Let me see components here, not components, but if you go to, yeah, if you go to the documentation section of Tailwind CSS, you'll be able to basically see it. So here, let me paste it in for you guys. Right there, guys. Okay. Right, so and then from there you can just search up anything you want. So let's just say I want to be able to set up a like a white text color, right? So text color right here. I look at that and I see all these text colors, and what I picked is text white. There you go. See, that's all I did, guys. All right. Okay, moving forward. Next thing we want to do is we want to set up this header logo. I think that's the next thing we need to do is set up this header logo. Because right now we got nothing. Let's go to our header. Okay, same thing here. We need to import our Tailwind. So let's go ahead and do import. And maybe make this a little bit larger. So yeah, no, it's too big. Import TW from where? Tailwind style component. Okay, save that. Yeah, it's pretty much similar to Bootstrap. That is actually very, very correct. It's very similar to Bootstrap, Georgie. Yes, very similar to Bootstrap. Okay, and then from there, let's go and connect another container here. Remove this. Say container. Boom. Okay. Create our containers Tailwind CSS container style for style components. Okay. I want to say here const container is equal to what? tw.div. Boom. Right there. tw.div, right? We can still say here that it's our header. That's pretty much it. We can still say the same thing, right? But of course now what we want to do is we want to set up what? Set up the actual logo. So inside here, this container is going to be full width, but inside there, what's up, Shah? Good to see you. Yay, let's go. Inside here, we're gonna go ahead and do and import everything. So I'm gonna say here at this point, let me see here. We're gonna call this a header container. Right there, right? Because we're gonna have this header. What's gonna happen is like this. We're gonna have this header right here be the full width, and then we're gonna center the header container in the center basically for the actual logo. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna give this another try. Some const header container. Const header container equals tw.div. There we go. Okay. And then from there, okay, header container. Oh, I misspelled it incorrectly. That's why. Right there. C, header container. Make sure it's capital as well. Save that. All right, good. Inside that, let's go ahead and import our image, right? So, but how do we get our image? Number one, the way to get the image actually is going to right click and actually save this image, or we can actually copy the image address. In my case, I'll just go ahead and save image as. If you guys go to Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is, here's the link. Okay. Okay, right? And all you got to do is at this point is right click, save image as. Save image as, and just go to downloads and save that logo. That's all you gotta do, my friends, okay? Once you've done that, go into your components folder, or actually outside your components folder. Let's go ahead and create a new folder outside of everything here. Just create, right click and have new folder and call it assets. Boom. Inside the assets folder, we're gonna drag and drop our what? We're gonna drag and drop our logo into the assets folder, okay? Right here, hit enter and call it logo.wepp. Okay, that's it. That's all you gotta do. And now in the head.js, how are we actually gonna import and use images? That's the question, right? For this, in Next.js, it's a little bit different, guys, than usual. So if you go to Next.js images, right here, okay. You have to use an actual Next.js image property, image component. That's right. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how it's supposed to be. As you can see, you have to import image from Next.js, like this, from next.image. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to say import, boom, import image, just like that, okay? Import that image, and now we need to use that image. So I'm going to create here, let's say here, image, right? I'm gonna give it a source is equal to what? Well, that's the interesting part. The source is equal to the logo we need to import. So we need to import the logo as well. So we need to import logo. So we need to say import logo from where? From the assets, guys. So I'm gonna say here from // assets / and call it logo.wepp. There we go. Okay. Save that. Okay. Save that. And inside the source, we need to set that as here. Logo right there, guys. Okay. Close out our image like so. This is, and this, by the way, if those of you guys those of you who don't know, this is called a self-closing tag. Okay. And inside here, we need to modify now, add the alt text. Alt is equal to be the logo right here. And then give it a width and a height, right? So in my case, I'm just gonna give it a width. Oops. A width of 300 and a height of 78, guys. Boom, and save that. Okay, and save that. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. All right, and if you go back to now to your thing, you can see we've got ourselves the logo that we want. Right now, of course, but the whole goal is to center this now. So how do we center this? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's look at the way it's structured actually right now. If you look at our image, you can see here we have that's our main screen, and then of course we've got our header, which is what this is, okay? And inside the header, we've got our little thing right here, and all we gotta do is simply just, center it. That's pretty much it, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my container, which is this one right here. And for this container, I will say the following. I will say flex, right? As you guys know, display flex is what. Yo, Mohammed, let's go. Damn, you guys went crazy with that one. So display flex on that one, right? And then I'm gonna say justify center. Justify center to center in the middle. And now we've got our BAYC logo center in the middle, right? Let's go and give this also a height. I'm gonna say give this a height of 20. Okay, and that's it, guys. Okay. Moving forward for the let me see here. Moving forward, I think that's pretty much it on the header section. That's it. Yo, PM subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I'm not gonna explain too much about NFTs, guys, but we'll talk about NFTs in a little bit here. Okay, let's go ahead and set up this actual minting site first before we go into the NFT site stuff. Okay, moving forward, let's go into our main.js. Do you need to resize the logo for different resolutions? Good question. Not right now. Not right now. Don't need to resize it for now just yet. Because if you look at the current one, it doesn't really resize too much. It kind of just stays the same. You guys can see. The logo does not really resize. It just kind of stays the same the whole way through, you know. But the next thing you do is focus now on the main section, because the main section is the section that has the video, right? That's the interesting part. That's the interesting part now. So let's go to our main.js, and inside here, this is where all the work is gonna take place now. So I'm gonna say here, import Tailwind from what? Tailwind style components. Awesome. Okay. Save that, of course, and remove this whole main section, called a container. Boom. Awesome. Sweet. That's awesome. I'm happy you're developing with me. That's good. Okay. Inside the container now, what do we need to do? Let's go ahead and create this component. So we'll say here const container is equal to tw.div and so forth. Okay, cool, awesome. Inside the container, what do we need to do, guys? Well, we need to, number one, is create a video container, because you guys can see this whole thing, right? This is our main, but we need to create a video container that will contain the video itself. Does that make sense? So let's do that right now. Let's go ahead and do that right now. If I want to set this up, I'm going to give this another one called a video container. Hey, Luan says just subscribe. Thank you, my friend. A video container. Video container. What's up, Luan? Video container. Awesome. Okay. And in the video container, right, we're going to create another Tailwind. So const video container is equal to tw dot what? tw.div as well, of course. Okay. And we're going to set the max size for this video container. That's going to be the interesting portion here, but not just yet, not yet. Okay. Inside the video container, I'm going to set up the video. So let's go and create the video section. So I'm going to say video. But how do we do that? We're going to create a video component like this. Okay. You'll see what I mean here. And this will be Tailwind. This will be const video is equal to Tailwind dot not div, but the video. That's right. That video like this. You see? And that's it. That's pretty much all we're going to set up. Inside the video now, we need to import our video and set, import our video basically from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So how do we do that? Let's go back to Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is what this is right here. Okay, I will give you guys the link for the Bored Ape Yacht Club right here. Okay. Oh, hello. Good to see you. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Okay. Good to see you. I don't know how to spell that name, honestly. That's a pretty tough name. Ozodbek. I think that's how I say it. All right. So go to this video and right click on this inspect element right here. You can actually copy a video address, or this copy video address right here, which if you cut video address, there's your video. See, this is the whole video basically that they're using for the background. And so I'm going to give this video address to you right now. Amazing. That's a good plan, Luan. It's a good plan. Okay. That's going to be the video address right here. Okay. I sent you guys the link for that. And let's go ahead and use that. So video address, and then what you want to do is just click on download. So download this video right here. Okay. Click on download. Right. Because you want to use it locally. Okay. And then from there, once you use it locally, you want to push it into your public folder. So you want to grab your video and put it into your public folder like this. okay, and call it bg-video like this, okay, like so. All right, call it bg-video. That's gonna be your background video now. All right, again, and make sure it's in the public folder. Very, very important, guys. Make sure it is in here. If it's not in here, it will screw up the whole thing, and you don't want that to happen. Okay. All right, moving forward, let's go back to our video. And we want to say in video, we want to say here the source is equal to, right? It's going to be /bg-video video.mp4, okay? Right? And then we want to say here muted is equal to true. There's going to be a muted video. And let's see what do we get from now. Oh, look at that. We've got ourselves the video. And you can't really do nothing with this video, honestly. Can't really do anything with this video, which is okay. All right. So the first, next thing we want to do is let's go ahead and set the autoplay to true. So autoplay is equal to true. This will automatically play the video. Okay. Don't worry about it. And then together with that, we're going to set the loop to true, and all of that will make a looping video that works the way it should, right? So muted true, autoplay true, and loop is equal to true. So if you want to refresh your page right now, let's see, is it working? It's working, as you guys can see. There we go. It's moving right here. That's moving right here. That looks dope. That looks dope. Okay. Next thing, you see how the footer is like in the white sections because the body does not have a background color of black. So what we can do is for the index.css, let me go ahead and see here for where's our index global.css right here. I'm gonna set the body to be background color of black. There we go. See? So that's more like it. All right. Now we need to modify and make this whole thing a little bit smaller, right? This whole video needs to be a little bit smaller. So what we want to do is change the width not of the whole video, but of the parent of the video, which is what do we know is the parent of the video, which is actually the video container. That's right. So for the video container, all we're gonna do is we're gonna set the max width. If you look at our max width section in Tailwind CSS, you can see just max W large. You can actually set these just like this, right? Pretty cool. Very simple. So all I'm gonna do is for the video container, say max -W screen -LG. I know, long one, but you'll see it right here. Right here. All this thing is the max width is 1024 pixels. That's all it translates to on the CSS side, guys. Okay. There we go. So then what that will do is, there we go. See that now it limits my video to be a little bit smaller, guys. Okay. Beautiful. Now, next thing we're going to do is for the container, in order to center this whole video in our, a big container, this is our main container. Remember, this is our main container. When you set this to what? Something called display flex. That's right, flex. Boom, display flex, right? So display flex it on here. And the way to do that, you say flex. Okay, that sets display flex. And then what you want to do is say items center. Okay, let's see. If I save that, does anything change? Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. Why is that? Let's take a look at it here. We've got our item center right here. Inside here. Our div is this one. I think it's because we need to set this to the flex column. Like this. So flex dash column, because later on I'm gonna have another div underneath this. So I'm gonna set this to be a column, okay? Someone says, so good. I know, it looks so cool, right? Looks so cool. Okay, so now I've got our video in the center, which is beautiful. That's exactly what we want. Okay, now let's go ahead and set up our little minting box, right? This whole minting box, I call this, right? This minting box, I call it. All right, that's all we're gonna do now at this point. And we're gonna create a separate component for that. So in the components folder, No, not using React.js. We're using Next.js, which is pretty much like Next.js. Pretty much it is React.js, guys. I don't know if those of you who are wondering. It's just Next.js is server-side rendering versus React.js is client-side rendering. That's the big difference here. Okay. Yes, that's right. You can put in your portfolio. That's correct. So in the components folder, let's go ahead and now open this up and say new file here and give it a file called minting.js. Beautiful. Called RAFCE. Create this component using the extension, the React snippets. Make sure you install that, guys. From there, all you gotta do is import yet again, import Tailwind from Tailwind style components. Okay, awesome, sweet. Good to see you, Faizan. All right, next up, let's go and make this a container. Oh, call this a container. This could be our table component. Container. Boom, awesome. And then go const container. So let's go ahead and make this a Tailwind component. Oh, come on, Nas. Container is equal to tw dot what? Tw dot div in my case. Okay. So set that up. All right. And let's go and import that into our main.js. So we're gonna say import this. We're gonna say here import. Right this. I want to give it a what's it called? Minting. From minting, exactly. And now we're gonna call this into our folder here, into our component here, into the main. So we're gonna call this minting. There we go. And all we're doing is we're simply importing the minting component into our main.js. That's pretty much it. So if I go to minting here, if I say here minting, what do we see here? What do we pretty much see? You can look at our thing. You see it says minting, which is exactly what we want, guys. Got it? That's right. That's right. Exactly. If you guys have any questions, let me know, guys. I can answer any questions. Yes. Very well said. That's great. Techniques and everything. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead. Give me some. I'm going to get some water to drink, guys, and then we're going to continue on. There we go. All right, beautiful. Now, and for the minting section, how are we gonna set this one up, right? This is the very interesting portion here. Is we want to make it look just kind of like this. So the first thing we see is what we see. Well, we see this header. So let's actually create the header, okay, inside our minting component. Let's create our header, like so. There we go. And give it our header. No, maybe give it like a more like a title, or like a title container. Title container, like right there. And then let's go ahead and give it a actual title here. Okay, which is the welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay. Good question. Pretty much. Actually, Morales can't do certain things that ThirdWeb can do. But what Morales allows you to do, Morales is a little bit more customizable. So I do like Morales, on that side as well. So title, let's go and give it a title, and our title will be to welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. There we go. Okay. Again, for all these, we're gonna make them into divs. So const what? Title container is equal to styled tw.div. My bad. Like so. Awesome. Boom. And then same thing is gonna go for the title, but the title is actually, guys, what? The title is what? The title is not a div. It's an H2. It's an H2 tag. So in the title, I'm gonna say here, const title is equal to tw.h2. Boom. Okay, TWH2. So now it's a heading tag. And so let's see what we've got so far. Welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. So it looks kind of hideous, you know, the way it should be. But the biggest thing I want you guys to understand is you can see it's kind of in the center, and this whole div, you know, I call this the minting section, should have a number one, a max width. Okay, a max width. And it should be in the actual video. So how do we get that to work? That's a really good question, right? Well, what we're gonna do here is for the container, we're gonna set the same width as what this is. So I'm gonna set this container to basically, well, actually the container is gonna be what this whole thing, right? So for the container, I'm gonna say here, max dash width dash screen dash LG, which is fine. Okay. Then inside here, I'm going to create a mint. I guess you can call it the mint section, which is what this is. So inside here, I'm going to actually give it a mint section right here. Mint. Okay. Right here. And what that's going to do is that's actually going to set the width of this. That's going to be like the small width. Okay. It's gonna be the small width, which is what this is, right? That's gonna be the mint portion. So if you want to actually fully convert this, you will see it kind of like this. That's gonna be our mint section. Got it, guys? That's awesome. That's awesome. You minted NFTs, and I could be using ThirdWeb. Yeah, and next time I'll be teaching you guys how to actually use Morales as well. That's gonna be a pretty fun one too. Okay. Okay. Now for the mint section. Just say const mint, right, is equal to tw.div, like so. Okay, now let's see here. And inside here, what are we gonna do? We're gonna, number one, we're gonna set a smaller max width, right? So I'm gonna say max dash w dash screen dash sm. Okay. Okay, dash sm. And it's gonna be a lot smaller width now at this point. And then all I'm going to do is, number one, set the BG to black. BG to black. And let's see what kind of it does. Let me see here. So I have this right here, this whole, you know, mint section, I call it. But you can see it's still kind of centered for some reason, which is fine. And I'll tell you why. Is because you guys can see this right here is gonna be our how do we call this? This is our main, right? Inside here is our what? That's the video container, right? And inside is our minting section, correct? Right? So how do we get that to work? Well, the way we can actually get it to work is we need to set display flex right here. This display flex, it's used, and it looks like it is items center, which is fine. Let me see here. We got the item center one, which is all good. But how do I make sure it doesn't actually, in the main, it's not centered? Let me think about it here. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to set this to width full. That's what I need to do. So I need to say w dash full. Yeah, and that will give me a 100% width. There we go. That makes sense. So what I did here is for this mint section, is for this one. Oops, this one. You guys can see I set the width to full, which is a width of 100%. You guys can see right here. But then I maximize the width to 1024. So kind of like what this is doing right here. The whole video is doing as well. Okay, so you can see now it's in the left section, okay, which is exactly what we want. Next thing we want to do is we need to set this to uppercase. For the title here, this title, I'm going to say this title is uppercase. And again, this is the way it's doing it, is through Tailwind CSS. Uppercase. There we go, right here. Awesome. And within that, I'm going to give it a bigger text here of like 3XL. And again, the way you can do that, if you go to Tailwind CSS and you say the font size, that's all you gotta do. And you say text XL, text 2XL, text 3XL, as you guys can see. Okay, Save that. And you can see now it's going to be a lot bigger. Okay, beautiful. Right? Now, next, moving forward. This has like these breaking points. You can see it goes to the next line, the next line. We can actually do this as well. So what we're going to do is go to welcome to break. Like this. BR, like this. Oops. Let me see here if I'm doing it. Oh no, it's like this, sorry. It's going to be BR, like this. Boom. That's going to be a break already. So if we go back to see it, see, this is a break. To the Bored Ape, welcome to the Bored Ape, okay, break, boom, Yacht Club. That's it, there we go, see? Yo, Atharva, it has been a long time, as right. It has been a long time, my friend, right? Welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and so that's what we're gonna do here, okay? Save that. Okay, and now how do we go ahead and move this whole thing up is the question, right? How do we get this whole thing kind of like above above the video? And what we can use is something called margin to actually move us up. So if you look at, for example, margin, right? If I set the margin top to the container here, let me see here, 1 second here. If I set the margin top to the mint container, and I say, hey, you know what? This is gonna be margin top. It's gonna what? It's gonna push down, right? So here, where's our mint? If I say here margin top, let's just say dash 5 or 6, right? You will see that it will push down the whole thing. But if you wanna push up, what you can do is you can say margin top negative. You can say margin top for the mint, margin top, and the way you would do that is like this. You would say it let me see here actually. Margin top dash boom negative 200 pixels. Boom. Interesting, right? Yeah. That's right. Margin top negative. If you set the negative margin top, it will actually go ahead and it will fully, that's right, it will fully set the margin. Basically, it will push you in the opposite direction. Just so you know, it's pretty interesting. Okay, next thing we'll do is, of course, make sure this BG black is on this mint section. So call this BG-black. There we go. Awesome. And that's pretty much it for now. Let me go and refresh this one more time. Okay. Let me see. Refresh. No. Let me see what's going on here. Why is it not refreshing properly? Oh, there we go. Oh, because I have BG black already. So there we go. Okay. So welcome to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Next thing is, after that, we need to create a kind of like what? A button, right? The mint button, which is going to be used, you know, for here, the enter section, right? But in our case, it's going to be connect wallet, right? So after this mint section, let's create a new section and call it a button container. Right? Button container. Right. Beautiful. Right? Button container is going to be this one right here. And in the button container, let's go ahead and say const tw.div. Boom. Const button container is equal to tw.div. Beautiful. There we go. Save that. Okay. Save that. And let me see. Did I say this right? Button. Oh, I didn't say it right. Container. I misspelled it. I misspelled it completely. Boom. Right here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So save the button container. Underneath that, let's go ahead and actually create our button, right? So we're going to create our button. We're going to call it the filled button in our case, right? So I'm going to call this a filled button. And why am I going to call that? Is pretty much because it's going to be a filled button in terms of the color. Button, like so. All right. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to say connect wallet. There we go. And save that. Okay. Let's now create our const filled button is equal to tw.div. There we go. Okay. And that's pretty much it on that side. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and save that. Now, of course, this filled button is going to be a button actually. It's going to be an actual button. And let's look at what we got so far. So there is our connect wallet. As you guys can see, okay. It's really enough. It's actually fully underneath the whole thing, which is completely okay. All right. Got the button container. Oh, this should be actually inside our mid section here. This should be inside here. Boom. There we go. Boom, right there. Awesome. Okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So make sure you put the button container inside your mint container. Okay. And for the button, what you can actually do is you can actually look up Tailwind CSS buttons. Look at this, guys. Tailwind CSS buttons. Look it up. You'll see like these little components you can actually use. Really enough right here. You can see right here if you go to Tailwind CSS. I will just literally copy this whole class style thing. And I'm going to paste it into our filled button like this. Look at this. Boom. So simple. Awesome, Georgie. You set the bold style. That's good. That's awesome. That's amazing. So you should do that. So if you go to the button section here. Boom. That's where you will get your button basically, guys. Okay. Okay, beautiful. And if we go back to our Bored Ape, there's our button. Let's go. There's a beautiful button. Okay. Okay, and you can't really click on it, you can't really do anything with it. Okay, well, we should use Next.js server API for projects. We're not gonna use Next.js for now, the server API right now. I'm gonna use Next.js more so like a front end for now, but at some point we'll use Next.js for backend. Not now though, not now, at some point though. Okay. So the connect wallet, okay, we've got that portion. It looks pretty cool, but let's figure out the actual color we want to use. So if we go to the Bored Ape Yacht Club, see this yellow color? If I right click on this color, inspect element on this color. Let's see here. What is the color it's going to give us? There we go. Here's our color. BFC500. I'll give you guys this color in the comments as well. BFC500. There we go. And so we're going to use this. But how do we set the font color in our Tailwind CSS? Right? So text color. Okay. And all you got to do, if we scroll all the way down, you can actually see the way we can set custom text color is just by doing this right here. I love it. Beautiful, guys. So if we set the text color like this, then we'll be all good, right? So let's go ahead and copy this text color section. And literally instead of saying BG blue, let's say this one. But of course, we need to replace it with the yellow color that's for the Bored Ape right here, right? And so I have mine. Again, let me go ahead. I think I'm going to copy this one more time from here. Inspect element right there. And copy one more time. Boom. Boom. Like this. Save that. Okay. Beautiful. And let's see what we've got now. Let's see. Oh shit, didn't work. Come on. Why didn't it work? With the text. Oh, it should be BG. Hold on. BG dash like this. Hey, let's go. Okay, text as a white. It's gonna be text black. Beautiful. Nice. Awesome. Okay, and so far that seems pretty good, right? So far it's not too bad, right? But of course it's not functional, nor is it something that we want to use. So next thing I want to do is I want to make sure set this to uppercase. So uppercase is gonna make everything be uppercase like this. Awesome. And then in our button container, we're gonna make this the full width. So how's it gonna look like? Well, actually, that's interesting part. Look at this, guys. We can't really click on this, right? So if I try to click on Connect Wallet, nothing. You see, I can't even, there's no hand even to be able to click on. The reason being is because since it's on top of this video, this whole video, that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem because the video is overlapping this thing, right? So what you need to do is you need to set the Z index on this. That's right. So I'm gonna set the Z index right here. I'm gonna give it a Z of 550 for the actual mint section right here of Z-50. And now, let's see. Come on. No, nothing. Oh man, we're in a pickle, guys. We are in a pickle. It's okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see. Save this. Mint. No, nothing. Let's go to our container here. Container. Let's go to our container. Let's call this now Z50. There we go. See? There we go. So exactly what we want. So we set the Z index properly and now start to work. The hover is pretty damn bad here. Don't like this hover at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the hover to be white. So in the hover, it's just going to be BG white. Okay, so there you go. See? And then so it's in the same form as what basically pretty much what this is, right? Same text color, but background is white. Got it? Okay. Now let's set the width to be a little bit smaller here. As you guys, this width is way too large. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a width of 1/3. So go to the width here. Where's my mint section? So for the mint section, I want to say here width is equal to 1-third. So 1/3 is 33% basically of the full width. That's what's gonna do. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere, my friends. Okay. Next up, for this Welcome to Bored Ape Yacht Club, we need to really focus on this title. This title needs to be a few things. So first things first, uppercase is good. Text 3XL is good. Next is going to be the uppercase. Well, yeah, uppercase is good. Italic. Cool. Awesome. And then font bold. Dash bold. Nice. Now it's bold. And we need to give it a margin top 2. So let's do margin top -2. Boom. Maybe even -4. -3. 2. -3. Interesting. The way it's actually giving us a margin is it's pushing us down. Do you guys see that? The way you can fix this is by giving the flex container. I'm going to say flex. Hey, let's go. See, now the margin is right. By giving the tail container being a flex, it's going to contain the whole border in the box. And there we go. Okay, moving forward. For the button container, for this mint section, we want this connect wallet to basically be the full width, right? The full width. So what we can do here is pretty simple. Is if I go to the mint section, let me go to the, not like this. If I go to the mint section, inside here, what I will do is I will set the mint section to be a flex. Why? Because I said so. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's not because I said so, but it's gonna make this a little bit easier for us. I'm gonna say here flex. Okay, you'll see. Don't worry. Flex now column. Boom. Don't worry still. Okay. We're gonna look at this button container. So we want to make sure this button container is a flex, is a full width. So all we gotta do here is for the button container. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm doing this right. Button container. Yep, that's right. Give this a flex right here. Give this a flex. Boom. Awesome. Okay. For the button container. And then for the button itself, give it a I think it's called grow. Yeah. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, for the button itself. Pretty cool, right? So now you can see it's taking up as much space as it possibly can. That's right. Okay. Which VSCode theme are you using? Good question. I'm using something called Dracula VSCode. Dracula. I like it pretty much. I like it very much myself. Okay. For the button container, let's go ahead and give it a margin top. Top -2. Beautiful. There you go. That's gonna push it. And then also let's give it let's go ahead and give it this a padding bottom as well. So to do that, for I think the mint, the container. Yeah, I think for the mint or well, let's see. Maybe the mint actually here. Padding bottom -4. Oh, there we go. Awesome. And set the padding right on as well. -4 too. There we go. Looks good so far, right? Looks good so far. So padding right, padding bottom, padding right is 4. And here's what we got so far. Kind of connect wallet. Looking pretty good, I would say so. I'm liking this, so far in terms of what it's doing, all right? Now, the next thing what I want to do is add this footer section, okay? Let's go and add this footer section. In the footer, right here. Okay. Import our Tailwind here. Import TW from Tailwind style components. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Of course. And let's go ahead and remove this div and make this a container. Container. Awesome. Sweet. Yo, Marco! Good to see you, brother. I'm so happy to see you every time. How are you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Everybody say hey. Everybody in the comments say hi, Marco. Marco is a good friend of mine. He's also, guys, a YouTuber. He's on Twitch, and he also does coding, and he also does like Web3 stuff. Really dope guy. So if you guys check him out, go to his channel, check him out. He's a really cool guy. Okay, container. Let's go ahead and do const container is equal to tw.div right here. Okay. Okay. tw.div. Awesome. And then from there, what we want to do is a few things. Okay, for the container, let's give it a flex here. Okay. And then that's pretty much it so far. But the container has what? It has the title, which is what title? Which is this title. Limited NFT collection right here. Okay. Limited NFT collection. And then inside here, we're going to wrap this into a footer container like this. Boom. Put this in the whole title, which I'll give this title. If you guys go to if you guys go to the bottom, you can actually just copy this whole title from the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay, from here, from the footer container, let's go ahead and do this. Const footer container is equal to tw.div. Save it. Okay, so far so good. And let's go to our thing. Let's see. Okay, this is all we got so far. I mean, it looks pretty damn hideous. So for the footer container, I'm going to limit this width to be something else. I'm going to say here max-width-screen-lg, right? This is our Tailwind CSS, of course. There we go. And then inside here, we're going to say this to be width of full, right? Width is full, but with a max width, basically. Width dash, width dash full. That's my trick here. Okay, and of course, the way we can center this fully is very simple. Since this is flex, we can say justify center to flex it and forget it. There we go. Beautiful, right? And now it's centered. That's like you want. Margin, let's go ahead and say margin y-5. Hey, let's go. Beautiful. And that's pretty much it, guys, right? For this one, I don't know if we need any breakpoints. Do we need breakpoints here? Yeah, we do need. We need a breakpoint after swamp. Let's see here. After swamp, give this one a breakpoint. Boom. Right? The reason being is if you look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club, you can see that there's a breakpoint right here. And so that's how we did that, okay? Okay. Oops. Let's go to our Bored Ape Yacht Club clone here. Okay. And then from there, that's pretty much it on that side, guys, once we've got this, okay? All right. So once we have the footer, what's next? Well, now it's going to be the third web stuff. That's right. Now it's going to be the third web stuff. That's going to be the interesting portion now, okay? the next part we need to do is actually connect ThirdWeb to what? To our Metamask account, and actually be able to connect to Metamask, okay? So everybody, let's go ahead and do this. Everybody go to ThirdWeb. ThirdWeb. Right here. Okay, go to dashboard. Okay, well, you might have to click login. So let me go ahead and maybe disconnect. Okay, so I want to show you guys how this will look like if you were to disconnect everything, right? So let's go to ThirdWeb here. Okay, right here. Go to thirdweb.com and then just click start building. What you want to do is connect wallet. So I'm going to connect my MetaMask wallet right here. Pretty simple. And connect your MetaMask. Once you've done that, you should be presented with something like this. Okay, basically what this is. All right. So what you want to do at this point, you should have V1 projects, so V2 contracts, and so forth. And what we're going to do is we're going to deploy a new contract. But before you deploy a new contract, you need to make sure you got money. Because if you ain't got money, you can't do nothing. Okay. So what you want to do is we need to get our Rinkeby test coins, we call it. Okay. So what you want to do is go to Rinkeby, faucet. Faucet right here. Not this one. I don't like this one. I have the Chainlink one. The Chainlink one. Connect your wallet. Make sure this is not Ethereum Coven. Make sure this is actually Ethereum Rinkeby. Make sure you select this correctly. All right. And then say, I'm not a robot. I know, Thor was a little confusing, but it's okay. We'll do this together, guys. I know, maybe it's confusing. It's okay. We got this. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do now is select the 0.1 test ETH and click send request. That will actually send test coins to my wallet, guys. So that's what you want to do now at this point. So of course, make sure you have Metamask account ready and everything, if you're interested in that. Okay, give it some time. We're still waiting, patiently waiting. All right. Okay, we got it. Moving forward now. Okay, we got it. Click close. And you should see money appear in your account. In my case, you see I have 0.44 now, which is exactly what I want. Okay. All right. Once you've got that, you've got your 0.1 test ETH. Click on deploy new contract. Okay. Okay. And what we want to do is hit the edition drop. So edition drop is going to be an ERC 1155 contract. That's going to be a contract where you can have one NFT, but multiple people can buy it. That's basically the goal here. Okay. So click deploy now. And we need to upload the NFT basically image we're going to use now. Okay. So very important. What you want to do now is go ahead and go to OpenSea and select NFT you want to use. I'm going to select the Bored Ape NFT. So I'll go to Bored Ape here. Right here, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay. Damn, floor price is 105. I'm really curious if I watch this later on in the future, what the floor price is gonna be. So let's say you want to pick this one. Let's just say this is a pretty funny one. Okay. I like how someone just bid 5.5 ETH on this thing. It's pretty crazy. So what we're gonna do is right click on this image and click honestly just save image as. That's all you gotta do, guys. I know, pretty crazy that you could just save the image of the NFT, but you know, it's nothing special about NFTs in terms of images. They're just images, guys. Then what you want to do is once you've saved it, click upload file, and as you can see, I have it right here. Right? See? Click open, and then give it a name. I'm gonna give this a Bored Ape clone. Bored Ape clone. Okay. Bored Ape clone. And network, make sure it's like Rinkeby network, guys. Rinkeby network, right here. Click deploy now. Let deploy. It's gonna actually ask you to confirm because you actually do need to pay for this. And click confirm. Pretty cool, right? I would say so. All right, awesome. Okay, cool. Sweet. And that's it. And so give us a little bit more time. Give it a little more time. Hit refresh here. Hit refresh. Pretty much. That's right. All right. Okay. So let me hit refresh because it will appear. It usually appears a little bit later on here. Okay. Okay. Hey, what's up, Noor? Good to see you, Noor. Let's see, hit refresh again. Come on. I hope this works a little bit at some point. Permissions, maybe. Okay, let it load. It usually takes a little bit of time to load sometimes because it's, you know, this is deploying of a contract, takes time. In the meantime, it's okay. Just let it do its thing. Okay. Let it do its thing. What I want to do now at this point is let's go ahead and import ThirdWeb into our project. So if we go to Google here, I'm gonna say ThirdWeb React. You will see there's a way to actually import ThirdWeb React. Hey, look at me. I'm here. That's pretty cool. So let's go to ThirdWeb React. Okay. You can see 2,851 downloads. Okay. And all you gotta do here is do npm install all this stuff. So just how we have it here, I can copy this for you too, so you guys can have it. Amazing. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it. So go to your terminal now, and remember how we had the whole with the npm install all this stuff right here now at this point. ThirdWeb React, ThirdWeb Dev SDK, Ethers, everything pretty much. So install that, and that. I'm gonna chill some music now with the chill music now. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, it's gonna install our ThirdWeb. Okay, let it do its thing. Okay, it's installed ThirdWeb, it's installed Ethers, everything we need. And now it's gonna tell us how to actually properly connect it. Right, so you can see we need to go to our app and create something called a ThirdWeb provider, right? So how do we do that? Well, go to your Next.js app, okay, and go to pages and go to app.js, and we're gonna wrap this around here. Pretty much, yes, pretty much the same process. Pretty much the same process. That's right, Vincent. Okay. Then from here, what you want to do is I'm gonna import this chain ID like this. Okay, import the chain ID. Okay. And from here, let's go ahead and set the active chain. So we hit const active chain ID is gonna be chain ID. Which one do you guys think is the right one? Which one do you think? Chain ID dot what? Rinkeby. That's right. That Rinkeby, guys. Okay, that Rinkeby. And then what you want to do is wrap it around just how we have it here. So I'm gonna give it a parentheses. Boom. Close it out. Like so. And then parentheses now. Let's go and save that. And then we'll wrap this around using ThirdWeb provider. Close it out. Copy this closing tag and then make sure it's around the component. There you go. Because this right here, this is your whole app, right? This component, which we should call right here, this right here is your whole app. So we're wrapping this in the ThirdWeb provider so we can use ThirdWeb functionality. Got it? Okay, within this one, let's go ahead and go to desired chain is equal to the active chain. Just with this one. Active chain ID. There we go. Okay, so save that there. That's the active chain ID, guys. We're gonna create. And so once you've got that, let's go back to our app, and nothing really should, you know, I mean, nothing's gonna change at this point. It should look exactly the same the way it looked before, right? So far everything should be pretty good. And all we want to do now is can be able to connect to Metamask using ThirdWeb. So let's go ahead and go refresh this one more time. Oh, come on. Oh, we didn't create our Bored Ape clone yet. So what we're gonna do, so once you're in ThirdWeb and we've created our NFT project, go to create here, and this is gonna be, we're gonna create our actual NFT. So go to and type in Bored Ape, let's just say. Before you make sure you hit create, hit Bored Ape. There we go. In upload file, upload an image you wanna use for the Bored Ape. Hit open. Now give it some attributes. So if you actually go to Bored Ape, you actually see like background gray, let's just say, right? So you can actually do the same thing here. So say background, gonna be gray. Okay, add row. Next one, right? Clothes, stunt jacket, right? See, clothes, stunt jacket. Add another row. I don't know what the slow. You should probably contact them and be like, yo, you guys are slow. Eyes are crazy. Let's go back to eyes here. Yeah, crazy eyes. And click add row. Oh, and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to add more than that. And then at this point, just create edition drop. It's probably going to ask you to confirm on your Metamask. There we go. Hit confirm. Good. Let me see here. Now you want to give it some time now. It will appear, but there we go. Awesome. We got the trade types. Next thing, very important, guys. Pay attention to here. Go to settings. Okay. Add a phase. Don't touch the start time. That's pretty much right now. This is where you limit how many NFTs you can sell, right? So we're going to sell 100 of these NFTs, let's just say. I'll give a limit of 100. Okay. How much do we charge? Set the price, 0.01 ETH in our case. Any wallet, doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter how many, what's it called, and then just click on update claim phase. So what this does is it sets the how much can you claim, basically what the price tag is of this NFT, stuff like that. Hit confirm. Okay, give it some time. Okay. Come on. Nice. Awesome. So update claim phase. There we go. Sweet. Okay. And so far, so good. So at this point, we don't really got to do much anymore at this point. We've got our Bored Ape. We've got in our settings, we have set, basically how many of those we have. Okay. And all we got to do now is connect that to our ThirdWeb account. Now, let's go to ThirdWeb here and we'll take a look at how do we actually connect to Metamask using ThirdWeb. So I will actually go to, let me see, go to the GitHub section of this. Where's my GitHub here? There we go. And if you simply just go to like Next.js yeah, good question. So is there a way to avoid this long process? There is a way. If you go to, like, for example, just say you want to create, what you gotta do is you click batch upload, you see? So if you want to add 10,000 of these, right? Then you want to create batch upload right here, and you could just follow these instructions. So like you wanna set the images MP4 file, basically. So basically, it's like a CSV file that you will add to ThirdWeb to be able to upload 10,000 of them. Let's just say if you want to do that. Okay. Going forward. So we've set this example. We went to this example next JavaScript starter. And if you go to pages here, if you go to app.js, let's just say, so you can see we did the exact same thing they did here. then you went to index.js, and this is how they connect their wallet. So literally just like this. I will import this, import use address. I'll just give you guys this whole thing as well. Okay. So we'll import use address in my case. And go to index, go to main, go to minting, sorry. Import use address, users connect and everything. And this will allow me to connect to Metamask, okay? All right. And what I'm literally gonna copy everything else here. And this is gonna allow me to actually connect to Metamask and connect to the wallet and so forth. I'm gonna give you guys the link to this section. Boom, there it is. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so here's your link right here, guys. And now for the fill button, the connect wallet button, all we gotta do is just unclick of this. What do you think we're gonna do on the unclick of this? Pretty much unclick, just connect to connect with Metamask. So it's equals what? Connect with Metamask. That's it, guys. Connect with Metamask. So if we go back to our Bored Ape clone, okay, I'm gonna disconnect my Metamask right here because we're currently it's already connected. So disconnect this account. Okay, connect with Metamask. Good. We're using the ThirdWeb SDK. Click on Connect Wallet. Let's go. So we've got ourselves the Connect Wallet one. Okay. Okay. Hit Next. Hit Connect. Beautiful. And of course, so far we don't know if you're connected or not. Like it's kind of like a mystery box, which is okay. All right. The way we know if you're connected is by this address. So this address will tell us if you have an address or not. That's right. So all I gotta do is console log the address, and you will see if I inspect the element now. Check it out. If I inspect the element now. Where is it? Console. And there's our address, 357. That's exact my address that I would connect. Can gas fee be avoided? No, not necessarily. It cannot be avoided. Gas fees are always going to be there, guys. Okay? That's the only way for you to be in the blockchain. But like I said, you can actually get free coins. You can by going to Rinkeby Faucet. So if you want to go to Rinkeby Faucet, the Chainlink one, go there and then get yourself free ETH coins, okay? The test coins, not real ones. Next thing, if we are connected, once we're connected, right? So we can see once we're connected, we need to show two buttons, the mint button and then this connect button. So how do we do that? Well, what do we say here? We can say like this: if right here, basically, if address exists, which means that we are connected to MetaMask, right? We're gonna say we're gonna have two different buttons we're gonna showcase, right? So we're gonna have this is called the empty div, a placeholder div, I guess you can say. And then otherwise, we will showcase the connect wallet button. Boom. I'm gonna remove this here. Okay. Otherwise, we're gonna show this if the address exists. We're gonna say the mint button. So let's go ahead and create that right now. So mint button. Oops. So right here, give it a instead of connect wallet, called mint. Mint. Awesome. And then the last one's gonna be disconnect. There you go. There you go. And hit save. Right? So basically, if we are connected, all we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the what? Hit the if we are connected, that means we do have the address, which means we can just go ahead and show the mint button and then the disconnect button, okay? If we don't have that, we just click the connect wallet button, okay? So save that. Let's go back to our Bored Ape here. And here's what we got so far, right? Disconnect and mint, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want, guys, okay? Exactly what we want. Now, mint button is a little bit smaller, which is completely okay. Don't worry about it. For the filled button, all we gotta do is for the filled button to not do that, we just gotta set the flex to 1, which means it's gonna be grow all the time. So let's go ahead and do flex 1 here. Let me see here. Go to Tailwind CSS. flex one. Like this. And that will make sure that they actually share the same amount of width. There we go. See? Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of a gap between these two buttons right here. You guys can see a little bit of a gap. Okay. Because I don't like the fact that they're so close together. So let's go ahead and create a gap now. Good. Search up gap. There we go. And there we go. It's just, you know, gap 2 pixels. In my case, I'm going to give it a gap, I don't know, 16, maybe 14. Like gap of 4, I feel like. And that should be inside the button container, which is what this is. So gap of 4. And let's just see how this looks like. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? So that's pretty good, guys. Okay. Someone asked, can we also use other chain as Polygon or Solana? Can we use? Yeah, we could. 100%. We can use like Polygon as well. So I'm not sure if we can use Solana though. It's only questionable one. Not sure if we can use that one. All right. So now this connect button. Let's try to make that one work. All right. To make that one work, instead of saying connect with Metamask, we gotta say what? Disconnect wallet. So there we go. The functions are given to us already, guys. Okay, disconnect wallet. Okay, beautiful. And the mint button doesn't really have a function just yet. So if I go ahead and refresh here the page, oh, every time I refresh, it's just gonna does this weird thing, right? And I hit disconnect now. Boom, it goes back to connect wallet now, right? Connect wallet, back to disconnect and mint. There you go. See? Let's go ahead and change the mint button to look a little bit differently here. So this mint button is going to be called a transparent button because that one's going to have a different view angle, right? So instead of fill button, I'm going to give it a transparent or yeah, no, unfill button. There we go. There we go. I know it's going to give me a bunch of errors. It's okay, right? So the way we're going to create the unfill button is we're going to import the properties from the filled button. So const unfilled button is equal to what? TW. That's right, TW filled button. So that's the cool thing you can actually do here is you can actually import properties directly from the other button. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Okay. So we've got the filled button, which is right here. We're going to import all the properties from here, but we're going to change a few things. Let's go connect wallet here. Change a few. The first is first, I don't want to have the BG. BG is going to be black. So BG-black. All right. Okay. That's fine. All right. Next one. Text. Oops. No, that's not what I want. Shoot. Okay. For this one, for the text, we're going to change the text color to be the yellow color. That's a text. So I want to say here, text is equal to, no, text dash, let me see here, 222, no, like this, boom, hashtag, and then give it like the color of what the background was, which is this color right here. Boom. Okay. So far so good, guys. So far so good. Moving forward, give it a border here. So you see now we're starting to look a lot better. So give it a border now. Border dash 2. All right. Okay, but change the border color now. So change the border color. Like I said, go to Tailwind CSS, look it up, border color. Pretty simple. And you can see border black and so forth. And if you want to set a custom border, all you gotta do, same situation. So this is a really cool part about Tailwind CSS. It allows you to make custom stuff, but it's also has already done some stuff for you at the same time. So we say here now border dash. So I actually like to see Tailwind CSS more and more as I use it on a regular basis. Let me see here. Awesome. There we go. Now, yeah, again, cool. Now let's focus on this hover effect, but because this looks pretty shitty. I know. So the hover effect needs to change a little bit here. Yeah, here the hover effect is good, but this one not so good. Okay. So let me see here. What can we do to make this one work? I think maybe it's better if I hover over this and it becomes all yellow and the text becomes black. So let me see here. On the hover, I will have BG dash this one. Oh, BG dash this one. That's on the hover, okay. And then we're gonna change the color of the text as well, guys, okay. So on the hover as well, I'm gonna say here text dash black. Boom. So let's see. Boom, right there. See, now it feels a lot better, right, in terms of the hovering and the text and so forth. Okay. Okay, sweet. So this connect works. Okay, let's change the height of the buttons now. So all you gotta do is go up to your filled button and change the damn height to H-14. You'll see why we do that. Okay, so a little bit bigger now. I know, a little bit bigger now. And see, it's not like now it covered the bottom section as well, so it's kind of starting to come together really quickly here. Okay, all right. Moving forward, guys, we need to now import this NFT somehow into our edition. All right, how do we do that? Okay, so pay attention. Go to your ThirdWeb. Right, you guys can see it now, right? Go to ThirdWeb stuff. In the ThirdWeb, what you want to do is go ahead and go to your code, and they'll actually give you the code. That's the cool part. Click on React, right? And all you gotta do is just import this use addition drop directly from ThirdWeb. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this use addition drop, paste it into here. I think it's the one, right? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, paste it into there, because now I want to implement the mint functionality of this whole thing. Okay, so use addition drop, and just literally copy and save this, guys. This is how cool this is. Just like copy pasta. That's my favorite personally. Okay, copy pasta. All right, and save the addition drop right here. Okay, beautiful. Because now we're getting ready to mint. That's what we're trying to do now. We're trying to mint now. Okay, and how do we mint? Well, it will actually tell you here. You use a function called claim2. Called claim2. So let's try that. In addition drop, this is where we get our addition basically from I call it from Metamask. No, from ThirdWeb. Okay, so that's gonna be our basically your contract is how you would call this. Okay. At this point, once we've got that, let's go ahead and try to create a mint function, guys. That's the cool part now. So go ahead and create a mint function now at this point. So const mint is equal to async. Now, why async? Async just simply stands for that we can make promises. So async is just asynchronous. So what that can do is you can actually create functions that use something called await. That's right. That's right. Use something called await, and that's pretty cool actually. I got you guys. Don't worry. I got you, Robin. Now you can see the whole screen. I think it's better now, right? Yeah. All right. So there we go. Moving forward now. After the mint, in the mint function, what do we need to do? And we need to call a function called claim2. And you see this await. This means wait for this function to finish to be able to do it. That's right. So in the mint, I want to say here, if basically this addition drop exists. So if addition drop exists, and we also have an address that's connected to the wallet, we are going to mint. So let's say const tx transaction is equal to await addition drop dot claim, and you can see it's already giving you suggestions. Claim2 address, right? Token ID. What is the token ID? Well, good question. Okay, token ID is actually going to come from directly from where? From this one. This is your token ID. Token ID of 0. So we're minting only that one for now. Okay? So go to claim2, add your token ID, and say 0, comma, 0, comma, let me see, 0, comma what? And then let me see. Oh, and the quantity. How many am I minting? Well, for the time being, we're just minting 1 every time. And that's it, right? And that's it. And so now I'm gonna console the log. Console log the transaction, tx, and just save that for now. All right. So tx console log that part. Okay. And call this mint function in right here. So call this the mint function. All right. Capiche? Cool. So now when we click on this, we'll actually, it'll hit the mint function, which will mint the whole thing, and that's pretty much it. So, so now let's try it out. And then you can see I'm actually going to console log the transaction so we can actually see what's going on here. Okay. Okay. You guys ready? Because this is going to be the truthful moment. Let's see here. So hit mint. Okay. You've got the Metamask. Okay. Okay. All right. Inside here, we're going to hit what? See, it's telling us 0.001. 0.01. Okay. Hit confirm. And now you're just gonna wait. You don't really have much, feedback. Let's see. Oh, we have a hash. Look at this. Look at this, guys. We have ourselves a hash. So if we copy this hash, let's see. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, where's our hash? There it is. No, come on, one more time. So if you look at the receipt now, see this transaction, that hash? That's your hash for Rinkeby Etherscan. If you go to Rinkeby Etherscan, right? You go to here, you type in that hash. There we go. You can see that we actually minted a token ID of 0 from this contract called the Bored Ape ERC1155 clone, right? And we transfer 0.001 Ether, and we minted one token ID of 0. That's how you would check that. Okay, by console logging the actual transaction fully. All right, there you go. And that's how we would know also when the transaction has finished. So after this, when the transaction has finished, that means that's it. We're done. Capiche? Capiche. Cool. All right. Now let's figure out how many in total have been minted in general, right? Because we want to know, okay, what's the total supply? How many have been minted in general? So we know, should we mint more, or should we not be, or we should not even try to mint anymore? That's the goal here now, right? So what we can do is we can use another function here called total supply. That's right. And to do that, we need to run this function whenever we start the application in general. So we're going to use something called useEffect. So useEffect, boom, boom. Okay. Inside the useEffect, basically, we're going to create a function called getTotal, const getTotal is equal to, and give this an async function, because the same thing, we're going to use this await. Whenever you see await, you use the async. That's right. Yes. Okay. Inside the getTotal now, we need to now launch it, right? So we say here, if addition exists, meaning if we are able to go to our contract and call our contract, we will go ahead and get the total. And the way we do that is to say const total is equal to await. Oh, it's actually addition drop. My bad. It's if addition drop exists. This one, see, equals to await what? Addition drop dot total supply, and then here you provide what token ID. In our case, it's token ID of 0. And now we say console.log log total. So pretty cool, right? So we can actually try it out. And then the way you would do that, we need to import useEffect. It imported it for me, but don't need that. You just kind of import it like this. Import useEffect from React. So make sure you kind of have it like that, guys. Okay, very important. All right. Once you've got that, we need to, inside here, we need to change this to be an empty bracket here and call it addition drop. So what this will do is we'll say this. When my addition drop, if I see any change to my contract, meaning it becomes available, because remember, when we connect our wallet, it's not really there yet, right? When you connect our wallet, this doesn't really exist too much, right? So we wanna get this total whenever the actual mint or the contract exists. Make sense? Okay, cool. Then from there, we're gonna call the getTotal function. It's gonna go like this. Within this function, within the useEffect function. That's right. Really cool. All right, so save that. Okay. Save that. And let's see what gonna happens here. If I inspect the element on this one, if I do console, and look what we did. We get something called a big number, UX01. And this is actually a lot of times in, if I make this a little bit bigger here, right here. When you are dealing with the contract stuff, you'll actually see this kind of stuff because everything in the contracts are kind of saved in hexadecimal. So you will actually see these kind of numbers, and it's very easy to convert these numbers to normal numbers. So all we gotta do is total.toNumber. Boom. Save that. And then I'll check it one more time. Console. We have minted exactly one NFT from this project. That's how we know. And so now let's display this one somewhere, right? Or we can display maybe in the title, for example. That could be cool. That could be cool. Why don't we just display in the title container? So in this count section, okay. In this count section, okay. All right. So I'm gonna have here count. Ouch. Count. And I'm gonna create this tw.divs here. So let's go ahead and do that right here. So I'm gonna say const count is equal to tw.div, okay? Because that's gonna contain the number, right? And here we're gonna say the following. So if we have connected our wallet, which is what can we use to figure out if we have connected our wallet? What can we do? Tell me. We can use something called what? The address. That's right. If address exists, then we are gonna show total minted. Total, no. Oh, actually we can't show total because how do we haven't saved this number anywhere. Oh. So when we get our total, we need to save it somewhere. And we need to save it in our state, something called a state variable. All right. So it's gonna open up useState. And the state variable, think of it as like a database almost. Think of it as almost like a database. That's pretty much what the goal here is, okay? Database. Inside here, we're gonna create a state variable called const here. Total, I call it supply. Set total supply. And all these this is the actual value of the state variable think of it the database variable. And this is a function to change the database variable. Is equal to useState. useState is equal to what? Initially, it's going to be 0, which is nothing, right? Okay. When we get our number, right? When we do this, when we get our number, we said what? We said set total supply like this. See? And now inside here, we say total supply. So save it. We have our 1 right here. It's okay. We will make it a lot better. Okay, guys? Moving forward. Let's make the total supply be a little bit not as shitty as the way it is right now. Okay. Let's go to count. First I want to do is I want to make this to be a flex because I want to be able to center this number and give it a grow. And why? Because you can see if I give it a grow, that means that this whole div, you'll see it right here. See? Grows. Yeah, that's right. It grows as much as it can. And all I gotta do is now center that one number inside that div. So if I if I say here, items, center, and I say here, justify center, sometimes I get confused by the set state and the useEffect. So it's very different. It's very distinctly different. useEffect you will only use if you want to create a function that will run at the beginning of the launching of the application. useState is used for saving variables in your ReactJS application, right? So this is used for variables and data. This is used for running functions. So very two separate different things, okay? And you do not want to confuse them, okay? So hopefully that kind of understood that a little bit better. And so you can see now 1 is displayed inside here. See? If I try to mint one more time, let's go mint it one more time. Takes a little bit while to, you know, do the whole thing. Click confirm. It's gonna take some time, as I said, you know. Since we don't really have much in terms of feedback, we're gonna add some feedback in a little bit here. Hi, Alex. I'm doing amazing. Right. So now we've got a receipt, right? The transaction hash, and this means that we have minted. If we refresh now, you'll see now it's 2, right? So we minted another NFT right there. Okay, perfect, right? Okay, now let's go ahead and create some feedback, because right now when we mint it, we don't know if we're minting. It just kind of looks shitty. And the reason why we can do that is we can one, create a variable, but we can also create some kind of a loader. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is go to Google here, type in React loading. Okay, beautiful. In the React loading, all we're gonna do here is this right here is install npm install react-loading. Boom, got it. Beautiful. Install React loading. Where's my React? Where's my thing? Where's my thing? There we go. So go to your terminal now. npm install React loading. Sweet. And just give it some time. And hopefully it's installed. But basically what we're gonna do is we're going to incorporate one of these loaders, which I personally like. There you go. Look at that. We're gonna incorporate this one, the bubbles one. Okay. All right. To make this one work, all you gotta do is import it like this. So import React loading. Okay. Up top. If you want to I'll give you guys the actual link to the whole thing. There we go. Good. Import it. And basically, when we are minting, we want to show a loader, meaning it's waiting for something to happen, right? We want to show this kind of loader while it's minting. So let's kind of figure. Let's show this loader and how we would do it. So we would change it kind of inside the mint. So inside this mint, we're gonna change this text, right? So I mean, let's just say an example here. So I'm gonna say here, CSS React loading. So we're gonna use that right now. Let me see where I can. Yeah, there you go. So say here React loading. React loading. Okay. I'm gonna just say type is equal to bubbles. Bubbles. Bubble. Bubbles. Beautiful. And then I'm gonna say the color is equal to the black color. So hashtag 000. And the height is gonna be equal to 64. 64, and then you close out this thing. Okay, and so save it, and let's see what this looks like so far. Hey, we got ourselves a loader, right? I know. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The way it is right now, that's completely fine. Remember, this will replace the mint, the actual text. Okay. Now, how do we figure out when we are actually loading? That's the question, right? How do we figure out, hey, that while we're loading, we want to show this loading icon, right? How do we figure that out? Well, pretty simple as well in this section, okay? What we're going to do is create a state variable here that says in progress. So I'm going to say const in progress set in progress is equal to use state. Okay. And so far it's false, right? We're not really doing anything with it. So in progress is false for now. Okay. Okay, cool. And with that, when do we set in progress to true and false? So we're going to say this. Someone asked, what do you think about using Java for the blockchain? I'm not a big fan. Sorry. I'm not a big fan of using Java. I mean, you could use it, and it's probably going to be used at some point. But basically, when we are minting here, we're gonna say, hey, set in progress to true. That's right. True, right? And here what's going on is we're waiting. So and at this line, we're just waiting. We're just consistently waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, right? The whole time, right? Once this is done, and we have this receipt, then we say set in progress to false. Pretty cool. That's right. Set in progress to false. So, and then what we can do, well, we can check it now. We say here in our button, we say, there we go. We have our if else statement we can use. I'm saying in progress. If basically if we're in progress, you have this question mark, which if those of you who don't know, question mark means, hey, is this true or not? Okay, if this is true, then we're gonna show the React loading section, which is what this is. Boom. Oh, where did it go? I went all the way over here. That's not what I want. Right here, right? Otherwise, which is like this colon thingy, right? We're gonna say it is gonna be a mint. What we gotta do is say mint right here. And I can now remove this now. That's it, right? There we go, right? The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say here that when it's in progress, I wanna disable this button. So I'm gonna say here disabled is equal to when I'm in progress. In progress, that's right. That means it's disabled, guys, okay? There we go. And the same thing for this disconnect button as well. Let's go ahead and say here, disabled when we are in progress. Because you should not disconnect your wallet while you're trying to mint, you know, it doesn't really make sense. In progress. Boom, save that, okay? And that's it. And so now let's see kind of what happens. You should see a few things going on here. Okay, so actually let's manually set the in progress to be true. Let's manually do that to make sure before we mint, before we spend some money, it actually looks good. So I'm gonna set it to true, and boom, right there. So our button is there, but it's just not centered properly, right? Which we can fix that pretty simple, honestly. Fix that pretty easily. So how do we fix that? Well, all we gotta do is go to your filled button, right here, boom, and then in the filled button, go ahead and go to here too. In the filled button, set this to flex, display meaning display flex, and then what? Justify center. There we go. And then what? And then items center. There we go. And now the whole thing is centered in the actual thing, like that, right? And you can see I can't even click on these buttons because they are disabled because currently we are in progress, guys. That's the cool thing. Currently we're in progress. All right. So far so good on that side. Okay. Moving forward, let's take a look at this. Let's set the in progress to be false for now. Oh, false. It's okay. Oh, forgot this. False. Okay. So nothing so far. But when we click on this, you see, there we go. Now it's true. It will bring up our Metamask account. We will hit confirm. It's gonna take some time. And then when minting is done, then it should not be in progress anymore, like this. So let's give it some time here. Oh, all right. Let's see. Hey, that means it's done. So, whoop. Right here, click refresh. You can see we should now have. Oh, this is a pretty horrible scene. There we go. Have 3, right? So we've minted already 3 NFTs. Now the question is, hey Nas, how do I know? What I want to do is after I mint, right? So here's the process here. The process is like this, right? We got the connect wallet. So far so good, right? Now we have the mint section. So far so good. Now we're gonna do OpenSea. So we'll be able to view this NFT on OpenSea. And how do we do that? Check this out. Right click, inspect element. Remember we had the transaction receipt? Remember that? It was like here somewhere, like this whole transaction. We consolidate this transaction, and we're able to get this. So let's try it here. So I'm inspect element here, right? Don't really see the transaction. Maybe I'm gonna make it one more time. I want to see the whole transaction here. Let's see. And watch for the receipt. That should come up in here. Watch it. Watch it like a hawk. Watch it like it's your life. Let's see. Let's see. Do you get what you want? Do you get what you want? There we go. Here's our receipt. Perfect. See? There's our receipt. And here's our transaction hash. So copy this hash. Copy this whole hash. And go now to Rankeby, Etherscan. And just paste it in. And here's our contract. So you see how it says your contract 0xSC7. Just copy the whole contract. Copy this whole contract. That's it. Just copy it. All right, 182. Then go to Google and type in OpenSea. OpenSea get listed. Boom. Okay, beautiful. Live on the testnet. Cool. Select Rankeby. There we go. And hit submit. Hey, let's go. And there's our NFT, guys. We've made our own NFT collection with Bored Ape. Now, it's a fake one. Okay, so don't try to think that, hey, I got a Bored Ape clone or a Bored Ape project, right? Not the case. But what you're going to learn is this is going to be your NFT now. So, and if you look at this link, right, this link is directly to the collection. So copy the link. And we're going to be able to use that link to open a URL in OpenSea. Yeah, that's right. So once we're done, we want to be able to view this on OpenSea. So how do we do that? So number one thing we need to figure out is, how do we know when we're done? Okay, well, basically, when we get to this point, right? When we get to this portion right here, when we set the progress to false. And so to figure out if we're done again, we need to set a completed state, right? So go ahead and do const completed set completed is equal to use state, and so far it's gonna be false, right? So far it's gonna be false. And so from here you'll say the following. So basically false for the completed state, right? And we'll say it like this. So if we are completed, right, what are we gonna do? We're going to show the view on OpenSea button. That's right. Instead of this button, it'll be view OpenSea button. So same thing inside here. Question mark, guys. Question mark. Nope. Completed. Are we completed? Yes or no? If we are, let's show the view OpenSea button. So I'm going to create a filled button here. Boom. Right here. Called view OpenSea. View OpenSea. And then on click, it's going to be some kind of an unclick button, of course. Otherwise, if we are not completed, we will show the mint button. Like so. So you can see how it started to kind of come together. Really cool. Let's see. Boom. Okay, there we go. So basically, if we're completed, we show the OpenSea button. Otherwise, we do not show the OpenSea button. Why do I like to use TV monitor? Because I like it. Because it's good for my neck. That's why. So there we go. OpenSea. And let's see. If we mint it one more time, let's see what will happen. So let's go to Bored Ape. Bored Ape, click on mint. All right. Oh, actually, reject this. Refresh. Reject it for now. Okay, why? Because it's not gonna really, because set completed is not really set anywhere. Remember, we need to change that set completed to be true. Where do we do that? Right? We need to do that when we finish the minting. So that will be here. Set completed. It to be true. Okay. Refresh. There we go. Hit mint. Let's see. Hit confirm. I think I hit confirm, right? Hit reject for this one. I think I hit confirm though. Let's see. No? Undo? Oh no. No, hold on. Let me refresh one more time. Mint. Let's try it one more time. Mint. Hit come on. Confirm. Come on. Confirm it for me. There we go. Awesome. Console. Cool. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it, my friend. Awesome. We got a receipt now, right? So, and you can see it says view OpenSea. And so if we click on it, nothing really happens, but at least we can view on OpenSea now. So, so we need to create a button to view an OpenSea. The way we can do that is simply just create a function called const called view OpenSea. OpenSea equals right here. Beautiful. View OpenSea. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna set the URL. Const URL is equal to what? It's equal to OpenSea URL, which is this one. Oh, not this one. That's the actual Bored Ape Yacht Club. The clone one I'm talking about. Yeah, this one right here. Bored Ape clone v2. Let's go. That's going to be our URL. And then all we gotta do is then we do window.open. We say URL, comma, underscore blank. And hit save. And that's it. Right? And so now we'll be able to actually view an OpenSea. And so we can click on this view OpenSea button, unclick. We say here, oops, unclick equals view OpenSea. Hit open. Oh, 100%. I'm going to make more projects like these. The next one, what is the next project? Tell me in the comments, what is the next project you want me to clone in terms of NFTs? I think the next project I'm going to do is I'm thinking invisible friends with a whitelist. So I'm going to show you how to enable whitelist, how to clone invisible friends, which is what this one was, which is pretty cool. I think this was a pretty cool one. So I wanted to clone this one next. But it looked a little bit different when they first launched. So that's the one I want to clone now moving forward. But this time with a, you know, it's going to be 3D, of course, and it's going to be, you know, has a whitelist and stuff like that. So let me know if that's something you guys want to build next with a whitelist. So basically only a few people can mint initially. And maybe we can have different NFTs, not just one NFT, but multiple NFTs that we can actually mint. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay. Let's go ahead and move forward. So view OpenSea, cool. Okay, if we hit view OpenSea, it opens it up on OpenSea just like that. See, there we go. So let's go and refresh now. Explain how to close script. Okay. Let's go and mint one more time. Hit confirm. There we go. You can see we're minting right now. So it's just loading. Give us some time. Okay. Give us some time. Click on view OpenSea and look at that. 6 owned by you, which is me pretty much because I minted all 6 of them. How cool is that? So there you go, guys, right? We minted all 6 of these NFTs, right? Okay, moving forward. Okay, we're not fully done yet because the next thing I want to do is I want to be able to, number one, when we disconnect, I want to be able to reset everything, the in progress, everything, right? When we disconnect everything. So on disconnect, let's go ahead and create a function called const start over is equal to right? When we hit start over, number one, we need to set all these states to its normal regular stuff. So set completed should be false. Should be false, of course. And then we need to set in progress should be false. Should be false as well. And of course, then we need to, and then call the disconnect wall button. Disconnect wall, which is this function right here. Disconnect wallet right here, right? So that basically this will do everything, right? Not just, you know, disconnect the wallet, but it will also set all the states to back to where it's supposed to be. There you go. Okay, beautiful. Yes, it will be, of course. Yes, this will be still in the channel, guys. 100%. Okay, and then what I want to do is at this point is we've got everything, but I want to make this a little bit more mobile friendly. Okay, because we're now kind of it's not really mobile friendly at all. So the first thing I want to set is the padding to actually the whole thing. That's right, the whole main. I want to set the padding to it. So let's go. Everybody go to app.js. No, index.js. Sorry. And in the container, this whole container needs to have a padding, because when I make this smaller, you see kind of how it goes all the way to the edges of the screen, and I don't like that, right? To me, that's not something I like, right? So what I'm going to do is JS. I'm going to say here on the container here, it's going to be px-7, right? So you can see right away, it pushes everything more from the sides, right? So we've got a padding on the horizontal axis is going to be, you know, nothing pretty much, right? Okay, beautiful. Moving forward, then what we're going to do is we need to change how this looks like, this portion, right? This needs to go to the bottom of the page once we hit a certain limit. That's right. So if we go to our main.js, sorry. Okay, we need to change how this fully looks like in general. Let me see. Yeah, that's right. And the way we do that is, remember how we set that this whole mountain, you know, margin top, which makes it go all the way up top? Well, we're gonna disconnect that now. We're gonna say that we're only gonna do that if we are on the big screen. So look, check this out. So if we are not on the big screen, basically, so look, only if it's a large screen. And the way we do that is, like I say, if you go to Tailwind CSS, and if you search up, let's just say I'm gonna do a search for you guys here, and this is called it's called sizing. Media queries. Let me see here. Media queries. I want to set the actual thing for you here so we can all see it. No. I think it's called responsive design response. Yeah, there we go. So you can see we can actually use something like this. So small, medium, large Excel to be able to do that, guys. Okay. So basically, if the min width, we can change the CSS based on what you specify, like large, or, you know, or Excel and so forth. So basically only if it's large, we will have this, right? If it's large, it's going to have a width of this as well. However, if it's medium, the width is going to change to be width dash 1 dash half. That's right. Oop. Like this. And so now, if I go to, you see, if we make this a little bit smaller, hey, let's go. You see the way it looks? Much better. You see? If I make it smaller now this is a lot more user-friendly, guys. A lot more user-friendly now. And there you go. That's pretty much how we make that work, guys. So, and of course, what we can do is to make it a complete clone. You know, you can see how this BAYC kind of is a little bit more from the top. We can make that happen too. We go back to our header. All we gotta do is set the margin top on this one. So all I gotta do here is for the header container, set margin top. Okay, 30 pixels, like so. Margin top, this 30 pixels. Save that, and let's see. Hey, let's go. That looks pretty damn dope, right? Let's connect your wallet, of course. And the way, just so you know, the way your wallet is always connected is because it's always connected here. So you can click on this right here, hit these 3 dots, let's connect this account, you see, and now it's not connected. So to connect it again, click connect wallet, hit next, hit connect, and that's it. Voila! And that's it, my friends. You guys have made this project work. What we can do now is we actually deploy this now as well. So we can deploy this to Versal. So Versal. Okay. Yo, amazing, amazing, amazing. Let me go ahead, go to here, change to my personal account. All good. New project. We can actually just create a new project. So if you go to like Versal, deploy Next.js, for example, right? It's pretty simple to deploy with Versal, especially if you have the Versal. What's it called? Let me see here. Versal. No. That's not what I want. Now I want to show you guys a little bit differently here. Let me see here if I can show it to you. Yeah, all you gotta do is if you have the Versal CLI, is hit Versal. There we go. Set up and deploy. Yes. It's gonna be on my account. You can see. So what do you want to deploy to? My account. No. What's your project's name? There we go. Hit enter. It's in here. Next.js. Want to override the settings? No. And it's gonna deploy to our live site. And that's it, guys. And that's it. Give it some time for building actually. Let me know, guys, what you thought about this build and what's the next build you want me to do. Maybe is it invisible friends? Maybe you want me to build an actual project using blockchain. So see there with the check your logs. Looks like a few things happen. So it's okay. It's okay. Let me see here. Run Versal. The error here happens. Sometimes happens. Yarn install. Oh, because using yarn, not npm. That's why. Yeah. I mean, another way you can view this is pretty simple as well. Just using npm run build, that works too. Exit with 128, that's interesting. GitHub Ethereum. See, has to do with like the GitHub Ethereum stuff. Let me try Versal again. Versal building. Somebody said code a script for 10k NFT and deploy on ThirdWeb would be amazing for us. I think the best way to do a 10k NFT would probably be using like Morales and a custom smart contract. I think that might be the best, honestly, guys. I think with 10,000 NFTs on ThirdWeb is a lot harder than usual. Yeah, I won't do that. I won't do that at 10,000. Yeah. Abortion NFT. That's funny. That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good. I like that. I like that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for us in terms of building a Bored Ape Yacht Club. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more videos that are gonna come out. And if you want to be a blockchain developer, if you want to learn how to build NFTs, I run workshops every single month. So go ahead and text me to the number you see at the top bottom left corner, or it's in the description as well. Text me #blockchain so you can be on one of the workshops that are going to be moving forward, guys. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a great day.